Welcome to the 2025 Miss It Tennis 2025 preview. So without further ado, okay. So let's do this. Let's talk quickly about the matrix. So I started this last year, and basically what I'm doing is I'm tracking all of the players in the U.S. roster, USA players, tennis players that are ranked inside the top 50. So men and women, we keep track of them, and now we're going to see if we can expand on that for 2025 with a little bit of analysis. First, we've got Peyton Stearns, current rank 46, Elo rank 47. I'll do a video on that sometime down the road. Elo is like their current ranking based on it's an arbitrary measurement, but it's based on people how good the players are they've beaten recently. Whereas the current rank, the world ranking, is based on how far you make it in tournaments. Um, so put them both together, and you get a pretty accurate measurement. And when they're pretty much the same, you know that's pretty accurate. So she's just moved in the top 50, 23 years old. Anisimova, she was also 23. She was like a rising star a couple of years ago, current rank 35. She's ELO'd at 21. So she's getting better and better. She took a big break from tennis. Wouldn't be surprised to see her move into the top 20 at least in 2025. So currently 35. Like I said, ELO 31, 21. Madison Keys, strong end to last year. Um, U.S. Open. What did she do at the U.S. Open? And a strong beginning to this year. Won a little warm up tournament down in Australia, and now she's currently ranked 14th. I think year end she was ranked 20th. So let's see here. So year end 21st, right? So Stearns, Anisimova, uh, Madison Keys, and then yeah. So let's see if she at 29 can make a little comeback back into the. She's threatening. Danielle Collins, she was going to retire this year, and then she's like, "No, I'm going to keep playing. I'm still really good. I got to make some money." No, I don't know exactly what her reasoning was. I'm sure there's lots of articles out there you can read to get a better analysis than mine. But ultimately, not she wasn't playing that good at the end of the year. So I'm questioning whether like how intense she is about this playing this year. But she still hits the ball solid. 31. Current rank 31, 11. She was up to 7. Yeah. So I don't know if she's just grinding out some top 20 matches and the dollars that go with them, or what her deal is for this year. But we'll see how seriously she takes it. But she was going to be retired. Now she's playing again, and we'll go from there. Navarro, young 23-year-old, shot up the rankings last year. Let's see what she did last year. So Navarro last year, 31, 20, 17, 8, 8, 8, 8. Then she maintained her 8. So yeah, last year was her big year to shoot up. And her ELO does not match her actual ranking. So that's interesting. Pegula, she's been up there for a while. Peak rank up to 3. She's now sitting at 6, or Elo's at 6. Sounds right. She just kind of goes deep in every tournament. And of course, Coco. Peak rank 2. She's Elo'd out at 3 right now. Swiatek and Sabalenka both above her. All 3 of them are real close. If Coco makes a little jump, then that will put her above the other 2. If either of them make a jump, that puts them above the other 2, really. So it'll be interesting to see how all these shake out. But we'll get our first answer right at the Australian Open. I think Sabalenka with the 2 seed, Coco and Sabalenka will have to play each other in theory before meeting Swiatek. So yeah, that's our women's side. So let's take a quick look over at the matrix. So you see Coco kind of maintained her 3 ranking all year long, went up to 2, down to 4, but she's been 3. But those 3 are really close. Pegula 555 down to 3, up to 7 and 6. So she's hovering at about 6, really. She's 5. She was 5'6". Navarro, like we saw before, made the big thing breaking into the eighth. Collins had the big. She came on strong middle of the season and got back to 11 after letting it drop. Like I don't know. I don't know if she's like kind of just doesn't like playing as much like at the shoulder seasons, like just in the main tournaments. But I don't know. We'll have to figure out what's going on with her. Keys kind of hovering around, doing good, doing good. And then she fell out to 21. It's like, oh, she's kind of losing a step and she's not going to take it seriously. But like I said, she had a very good start to 2021. So she already won that pre tournament, moving her up to 14th. And it looks like she's going to do something in the Australian. Nisimova, she got into the top 50 and she's more about maintaining position. We'll see what she does. Stearns just barely snuck in there. Can she maintain? Kessler is the newest one in there, but that didn't happen until this year, so we won't talk about her in the context of the season preview. Here's the men. So our lowest ranked one, Marcos Duran, current ranked 46, yellowed out of 40. So he's someone kind of older at 31, but he's been maintaining. He's been holding that like top 50 rank just barely. So he's grinding out wins as much as he can, you know, and yeah, we got to keep tracking him because we don't know whether he's going to stay in or fall out. But he's proven us wrong so far by staying in. Let's see what he looks like. So yeah, he snuck in halfway through, maintained, and he's still over. So he'll have to do good in the Australian to stay up. Mickelson, this is one of our young up and comers, right? 20 years old. Current rank 42, ELO 38. Had a good end of the year. Played in like this next gen, the ATP Next Gen Classic. Won some Next Gen Finals. Won some points there, along with Lerner Tien, another one, another American, but not in the top 50. Anyways, he's doing good. Plus Pazzaveretti, another American. So we got three young guys coming through, and hopefully at least one of them makes their mark this year. Maybe it'll be Mickelson. Nakashima, also 23. He played in that next gen finals. Also, he loaded out a little higher. He's got ranking a little bit further. Korda is 24. He's gotten up there. He's the underlooked guy up there at the top where he's got to 22, but he's ELOing out at 17. He's kind of cool. Like he's got good all around game, and yeah, and we'll have to see what happens to him. But he's one of my favorites to follow. So this might be his year. I'm predicting it now. This is Korda's year. We'll find out. Shelton is one that we all expected to kind of go big last year, but didn't quite break through. He peaked up at 13. He's currently at 20, Eloin at 26. You know, he's figuring out like the right schedule to play the last couple of years. Young, only 22, but has all the tools. You look at him, you're like, that is going to be a top 5 player. Like he's just perfect tennis build and just has all the strokes. So we're going to keep an eye on him, but he needs to push it through. Will it happen this year? A lot of people think so. A lot of people thought so last year also. Didn't happen. Tiafo, good old big foe. He's been around forever. Peaked at 10, 16 is ELO's way low. Like, yeah, he's been. We're gonna have to kind of dive into like how he's been playing because he really has been more like I don't know how to explain it, but he had a couple of deep runs at the U.S. Open for sure, made it to the semifinal. But you know, he does good on American soil, but like I don't know exactly how his ranking is very volatile. So maybe we'll dive in the video and figure out exactly why. Good old Tommy Paul, Steady Eddie, top 10, like 11, 11, ELO 10. He just doesn't really have any weaknesses in his game. He's just so steady, such great shape. But we'll see if he can push past 10. Like people are starting to wonder whether he can or not, right? Him and Fritz were both here. Fritz pushed forward. Tommy's kind of been left stuck here at the 10 spot. And so we'll have to see what he can do this year. He's fun to watch. He's great. You know, It's just it's getting to be like, you know, him and Fritz are the same age. Fritz took it to the next level. Fritz now up to fourth. He eloed at six. So so you got Medvedev right there, I believe, at five. He's definitely not top four. That would be Zverev and Djokovic, and of course Sinner and Alcaraz. But we'll see. Does he belong up there in the top five? I think so. He's got to go ahead and put together a decent run in the Australian, and we'll see how that shakes out. Duran just snuck in there, and he's been able to maintain. Mickelson got in there towards the end, and he's maintained. Now he's got the talent to go a lot further than this thing. He's only 20 years old. Nakashima 23, so it took longer than people think. He shot in. He's got a better number. I think people look at Mickelson with a higher ceiling, but let's see. He's rising. Let's see what Nakashima can do. He could, with a couple of key wins, end up doing something like Korda, right? Slowly working into the 20s and then find a way to get to the low 20s. The high 20s, low 20s, whatever. Korda's 24. He made his big jump. Him and Nakashima now and Shelton are kind of in that same age bracket. Shelton obviously has a couple more years. So Korda's just been steady Eddie, 24, 27, 21. Then he's maintained his 22. That's a big deal. Shelton broke on. He's like, I think he got up to like 15 or something, 14. Yeah, here's a 14. But even the year before that, when he had a long run in Wimbledon, maybe. And so, yeah, all the talent in the world. Is this going to be the year that he puts it all together? Big foe. Is he going to drop? Is he going to gain? Is he going to stay around 15 but just be up and down all the time, 15 to 20? I don't know. That's kind of what he's been doing his whole career. Ball steady Eddie at 15, 13, 12, 11. Can he get into the top 10? If he ends up the year at number 8 or 9, that's a good year for him. Fritz, he made his big jump at the end of last year. Can he hold it? Top 5 now. So, yeah, that is our 2025 preview. So, thank you. Let me go ahead and shut this down and we'll post it up. And that'll at least have one video on the site. Thank you.